Okay, so good evening, everybody. And it's a pleasure to have you again here. My friend Lucas, my friend Walzen, and Marcelo. It's his first time here at Talk and Talk, right? So let me introduce myself real quick, and then we can start. And please, I would like to ask you guys to introduce yourself real quick as well, and then answer the first question. So. This is Leandro. I am 34 years old and I live here in Santa Catarina state. I've been here for a while, I believe since 2023 or 2022, I'm not sure right now. And I work with IT infrastructure for more than 15 years, actually, I believe 18 years. And there's nothing really important or interesting about me, but that is a real quick brief from myself. And so tonight we're going to talk about Agatha Christie's books. And we have the first question, and I'd like to ask my friend Walzen. Please introduce yourself, Walzen, and tell us, have you ever read any Agatha Christie book? And if so, which one did you like the most?
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Walls and I'm living in Pitangui. I'm 51 years old and I'm a full stack developer. And about the first question, I I really read the one book of Agatha Christie. I like so much Agatha Christie, but in the most part of time, I prefer watching movies about stories of Agatha Christie. I read one book in Brazil is called O Caso dos Dez Negrinhos, but change the the people change this title of this book, and I don't know because, but in English is and then there were none. I like so much this book. Very amazing story because in this story, in resume of this story, uh, have 10 peoples in one island and 10 peoples are dead in the island, but about have 10 people dead. One these people is the murder, and very interesting this story. I like so much this book, but I watching movies about Agatha Christie, uh, Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, have one modern version about these movies. Is I like so much these movies. Is very interesting.
Awesome. Thanks. It's nice to see you here again, Walzen. Thanks. And what about you, Lucas? Can you please answer the first question to us?
Sure. Good evening, guys. My name is Lucas. I'm 39 years old. I'm an administrative assistant at Unicamp, a public university. I have been working there for 14 years. In my free time, I enjoy reading personal development books like The Power of Habits, drink black coffee, no sugar, and watching soccer games. I'm married. I live in Campinas, São Paulo. And about the question number one, unfortunately, I've never read any Agatha Christie books. I don't know why, but I stay interested after I watched the video you share. So that's it about question.
Awesome. So if you haven't read any of her books, I believe it's gonna be hard to talk about this question, but don't worry about it.
No, no.
Let's do our best, right? Thanks, Lucas. What about you, Marcelo? Can you please introduce yourself and then answer the first question?
Okay, thank you very much, you three. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Marcelo. I live in Rio. I am 64 years old. I am married. I have two kids. I have two men actually, and I am an entrepreneur. I am a lawyer also. I work with a lot of subjects because I had a lot of skills. Unfortunately, I have these skills. So I have a company, an administration of condominiums. I work as a lawyer also. I do have a lawyer office. I have with my younger son technology company. We work with remote doorman like portaria remota in Portuguese. There isn't a name in English for that for this kind of subject. And well, I don't remember that if I have read an Agatha Christie's book because I don't like to read fiction books. Actually, I like to read biographies and other kind of books. But of course, I've seen a lot of Agatha Christie's movies. One of them is the Orient Express. I don't know the name in English of that movie. And well, I don't know if I am good telling about Agatha Christie's book, but I'll try. Okay? Thank you
Oh,
very much.
nice to meet you, Marcelo. And of course, I'm not that big fan of Agatha Christie's as well, but I remember you now that you mentioned or Murder on the Orient Express. I remember this. I don't know how to refer. It was a book or a novel, I'm not sure, but it was something like when I was a child. So I'm not a big fan right now, but when I was watching this video that I've brought here to us, I was interested in like, okay, maybe it's gonna be a good idea to read something out, away from our reality. Like, let's escape a little bit from our reality and be part of some different stories. And it's interesting the way they refer it's story, not history, because there are some differences. And in Portuguese, we use the same word for both, right? Like in Instagram, social media, we use stories and not history. It's interesting to note this difference.
Without the age.
Yeah, without age and yeah, history in stories, history and stories, a little bit difference. Yeah, so about the first question to me, like you mentioned, Orient Express was something, but I was realizing she had a lot of books, like 40 books, more, wow, 40 books, more 14, wow, a lot of books, a lot of work. Man, how can someone have so much creativity, right? But that's it. Let's do our best here to answer these questions and try to bring something interesting. And also, I'd like to mention to you, Lucas, for the next questions, like, okay, I have never read any of her books, but if you are interested, why are you interested, right? So for the second question, please, Lucas, what do you like or what would you like about Agatha Christie's books and the way she tells stories?
Sure. Um, while you talk about Agatha Christie, I'm research about her, and I didn't know she sold about 4 billion copies over along the years, and I didn't know she is most famous. I know her, but I didn't know about the the life, the history, Agatha Christie, and about question two, I like. I know she sold quite 4 billion copies. in the along the years. That's it.
Awesome. And she lived for 85 years. I cannot imagine how much work she has put or how much effort she has put on it. I don't know if it was something related to uh I don't know, related to okay, she like it or she need it. I don't know. There's makes no sense to me, but it's something remarkable because what we are living right now today, everybody is a slave of stimuli like social media, and it's different when someone is doing something different or have done something different in the past. So it's it's something remarkable to me, that ability to put down a lot of ideas and stories, novels. It's amazing. So, what about you, Marcelo? What what can you bring to the table regarding the second question? Would you like in the future to read anything about Agatha Christie?
I don't know if I am if I want to read any Agatha Christie's books. But what I know is that she is very creative, as you have said, and the way I am very I'm in love with the human being. I'm in love with the way a man or a woman, of course, can do a lot of things. Everything we can see, everything we touch, except from nature, are made by a man. Only one man, not two men, only one man. And that's for me very incredible because a person can create a lot of things. And looking at the video you showed us about how fiction gets close to the reality when the person told about the thallium and the mistakes and the problems that a thallium poisoning can do in a person, and for being reading that book, the that woman, that physician, could save the girl's life. So one of the remarkable thing is that Agatha Christie was very serious about creating a story, not just a fiction that is like, for instance, Narnia or something that isn't possible. So she was very close to the reality, and I think she was I don't know if she had this kind of research or being helped by a physician or a scientist, because it's so amazing to see how things work in her story.
Maybe she was just curious about things in general. And we can imagine how much effort to put together a lot of words, a lot of stories, and that make sense and that uh, have sold billions, Lucas, right? Billions, 40 billions of copies. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, and it's hard to compare with some of us that don't have the habit to produce anything or to to write down anything, just consume and just have input and not processing and creating nothing. Like that's why I am impressed, and this is good because this woman elevates the parameter. Like, okay, it's possible to produce a lot during your life and to be remarkable and to be remembered for your all of your work that you have put effort on, right? So yeah, it's interesting. Thanks, Marcelo. What about you, Walzin? What do you like? I believe you are one of the of us that have read something from her, right? So, what do you like on her books, on her work?
Well, for me, I like so much this surprising stories, and the Agatha Christie stories have a lot of surprise. The famous plot twist. I like so much this because here wrote books when have a lot of paths of the murder, a lot of things about this the murder, and the final of the book, the murder is another people, and plot twist is very good. The stories, some every movies or book, I like so much the plot twist because. Uh, uh, you discover the murder, but have a big story por trás the murder intentions, the murder modus operandi of the murder. I like so much this.
And also to have a book or to have a complex novel or a complex story, you have to bring a lot of details to
Yeah,
your script, right? So you have to describe all the scenario, you have to describe. This is awesome when we are learning something or when we are trying to practice a language, not only regarding these kind of fiction books, but also with biographies, as Marcelo mentioned before, and different from a movie that you have resources, graphical resources to show the environment, you have to describe everything. So the richness of details, the richness of expressions, descriptions are incredible. So this is something that really uh, that I really like about Agatha Christie. So not only about her, but about all of the writers that we have all over the world. And so it's incredible to me. All right, let's jump to the third question. And I'd like to ask to you, Marcelo. I always try to be random here, like to don't repeat everybody beginning of the questions. So it's hard to answer that one. Do you have a favorite character from her books? Let me see if the fourth question is better. Oh, great. So let's jump to the fourth question. Agatha Christie is famous for her mystery stories. What do you think makes her mysteries special? Do you have something to add about it?
Okay, Leandro. Well, the third, I can say that there is a guy, it's very famous, the Monsieur Poirot. The Monsieur Poirot is one of the most amazing characters because he's a detective and he can discover or find out some mysteries in a very special way. So I like the way they do that. It's a mix of funny and technical. It's very interesting. So going into the fourth question, I think her books are always about mysteries. It's about thrilling situations. They catch you all the time. That's why I think so. It's a gripping novel because it takes you inside the book. I think these kind of books are those that you cannot leave the reading section. So it's up to you to start reading and go to the end of the book in a few days. So I think the thrilling system and the way she mixes mysteries and characters, I can remember by the movies I've seen, a lot of characters with different profiles that match. It's like if you go to Big Brother or something like that. People that are so different inside the house, And Agatha Christie was the first one to mix this kind of all different persons.
Thanks. Let's be honest. When you mentioned Monsieur Poirot, I have to translate a little bit because my French is not that good. So, Monsieur Poirot. Okay. But of course, the right way to say that would be Monsieur Poirot. Perfect. Oui, oui, oui. Awesome. What about you, Walzen? Of course, you can answer the third if you have a favorite character, and also the fourth question. Be free to answer both of them or just one of them.
Well, I answer two questions, and two questions I like so much. It's very cool Poirot because is a character is very funny. The type of the kind of character of Hercule Poirot in the movies, on the books. Sometimes in the books have a figure of Hercule Poirot. And about question number four, I like so much about this kind of the Agatha Christie describe your situations, describe the scenarios, and this is a very amazing because in all movies about stories of books of Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot is very the same character in the movie. Uh, a fat man, a small fat man without hair, and I like so much these details. And when you read the books, you will think this the situation in your mind, and is amazing. This I like so much this.
Awesome. What about you, Lucas? Can you? I don't think you can answer the third question because you haven't read any of these these works,
No,
but
don't
be
worry.
free.
I answer on question number three because I am in research about the some books or life, Agatha Christie, and I think as nowadays I don't know characters for her books, but I read about the book A Mother in Annocence, and I think I would chose the Miss Marple, the character. I don't know, she make she do, but I'm trying the answer as the questions. So that's it about question number three.
No problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. I was trying
I
to rem I'm
I'm
sorry, go
learning.
ahead.
I'm learning about the Agatha Christie, and it's nice.
That's the idea. Actually, we have a lot of different subjects here on the immersion. So sometimes we are out of our comfort zone. We don't know nothing about this subject, but we have to some way try to contribute or try to at least say, "Oh, I don't know anything about it. Let me think." But
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. The this is this is my mindset because I'm learning. I'm trying to improve my speaking skills, and I don't know about Agatha Christie, and for me it's a hard subject, but I. I will try the answer, the speaking. So I'm learning about her. This is amazing.
This is something good because you are putting aside the English training and you are using English as a tool to express yourself, or at least to say, look, I don't know anything about it. But sometimes we try to focus on English itself. Okay, grammar rules, how can I say this? How can I say that? But Right now we are leaving alone this thing of English. We are using it for almost 40 minutes, right? And expressing ourselves and understanding the most important part. We are understanding each other. This is awesome. This is really awesome. I was wondering, changing the subject, I was wondering there is a England famous character, is a detective as well. I cannot remember right now. I have read almost all of his books, but I forgot his name. It's a famous detective from England. Do you guys remember it? I can't remember right now the name.
About, it's a very famous,
Yes, I have read almost all of his novels.
including there is his his servant, his auxiliary, as the in Portuguese we say elementar, meu caro Watson.
Yes, Watson. Let me search for famous English detective character. Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
There we go.
That's it.
Wow, wow, this is also another awesome work. Sir
Yeah.
Arthur Conan Doyle, the writer, the creator.
Have you seen the Jô Soares movie about
I watch these movies. It's very good movie.
Oh, really? Joe Suarez?
Sherlock Holmes? The name of the name of the movie is Jô Soares. Let me see here. It's a book.
O Xangô de Baker
It's a
Street.
book. After this make a movie about
The Baker Street.
yeah.
Oh boy,
Xangô de Baker Street.
I never heard about it.
Fantastic
Yeah,
because there is the actor is as a Portuguese actor that speaks English very well. That makes the role is Sherlock Holmes role and another guy, and it's so amazing because there is macumba inside the movie. It's because a violin, I don't know,
Stradivarius.
Stradivarius violin was stolen from Dom Pedro II, and he asked, asked this detective to find out, to discover the mystery. And it was so amazing, both of them in Rio.
I'm
Was it?
so
Remember the movie is very funny.
I'm sorry, I said Stratovarius. Stratovarius is a band of black metal, but
Yeah.
the violin is
No, black metal,
Stradivarius.
no. No. Heavy metal, black metal, no.
Stratovarius
No.
is
Black metal, no. Black metal is satanic. Stratovarius is not
oh
satanic.
okay, I apologize for that. But do you know Stratovarius?
No.
No.
Yeah. I like so much Stratovarius.
Cool, cool,
The
cool, cool.
the Finland heavy metal band. I like so much.
Cool. Awesome. We have to talk about it, heavy metal, but the problem is someone jumps in the meeting and don't like at all. But this is life, right? This is reality.
Stratovarius is so good.
Cool, cool, awesome. Okay, I'm not sure if anybody has answered the fourth question, the third and the fourth question, I believe so, right? So let's see. We have like 18 minutes left and we have let me see, six questions. Yeah. So why don't we try something different? Why don't you guys choose a question, read and answer to us? Let's do it. So, Walton, can you start? Like, you can choose any question from 5 to 10 and then read to us and answer. This is a good one exercise to
Number
make.
five, without sound.
Okay.
Number five is, can you remember a Christie's book with a plot twist that surprised you? And the book I read, Casos dos Dez Negrinhos, because how can I say before, have on island have ten person in this island, and 10 persons are dead, and the murder is one this person I like so much because it's very interesting because the murder kill eight people, and first of all, they kill eight people, and before this, and after this, this guy took the poison with 15 minutes to death, and then he'll have 50 minutes to kill the nine people. And I like so much. And he that's nine people, and he that's true because the poison on and, efeito retardado.
I was wondering how's that possible to murder 9 people and then of course you can take in your life, but I was wondering how's that possible that the
Very
between
thirsty
that
this book.
among 10 people, the murder is among 10 people. Okay, it's awesome. And it's not that simple. You are like you are describing in a short version, right? So it take like 400 pages, I guess, to explain all that story. That's good. That's something good. Awesome. Thanks, Wowsing. What about you, Lucas? Can you choose and read and answer a question from, you can use the fifth question or you can choose from 6 to 10.
I choose eight, number eight.
Cool.
Agatha Christie wrote many books. Are there any you haven't read yet but want to? I'm in research about Agatha Christie, and I haven't read any books, but I think you would chose the book Murder on the Orient Express because GPT said this is more famous.
All right. So let me
I
ask
don't
you
know.
something. Let me ask you something. In which language are you going to read? In Portuguese or in
Uh,
English?
in English, GPT?
Cool,
English.
cool. No. I mean the book. Okay, so you are considering to read
Ah,
this book in Portuguese or in English?
I don't,
That's let's try the hard mode, right?
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
because we don't have that much time on our day. So as you are studying English, try to read also in English. It's awesome. I have read a lot of books. Let me see if I have any book here.
Here in Brazil, it's not cheap books in English.
It
Uh,
depends. It depends.
huh?
If you go to that second-hand stores like called
Mhm,
Sebo, you
mhm,
can have really good books for some cent. Of course, not some cents, but for some books. For
mhm,
example, I have this one. It's a Barack Obama biography. It has, I believe, 800 pages in English, and I don't recall how much I've paid, but it wasn't that much. So if you are looking for brand new books, of course, they can
mhm,
be expensive
mhm.
because it's not that common to have people reading in English. But if you look for used ones, like in a second-hand store, that wouldn't be like expensive. And including you work at Unicamp, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can have access to the library.
Yes, I
I
have.
I'm almost I'm 100% sure there's a lot of good books in English on the library of the institution that I work for. So
Yeah.
you have the shortcut. You don't have to buy anything. Just uh, subscribe become a member of the library and then you can
Yeah, I have access,
it,
and I
awesome.
I can take books any library in at Unicamp.
So if you any how many libraries there's there?
There are 28 college faculdades. I
Okay.
think there are 15,
Fif-
16
50,
like
60. Oh boy.
16 15 library. Yeah.
You don't have to buy anything for the rest of your life. Also, this is an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's cool. So if Unicamp doesn't have good books in English, I don't know who has, right?
Mhm.
Awesome. So, Marcelo, last but not least, it's your turn. Can you please choose, read, and answer?
Choose the last one. Why do you think people still enjoy Agatha Christie's books today? Well, I don't think so. I don't think people even know who is or who was Agatha Christie. Come on, young people, they don't read. They don't read books. Unfortunately, our school system has a lack of, I don't know, a lack of books, a lack of everything, a lack of education. We are in a very bad moment, cultural and educational. They don't think, they don't know, they don't know who was Tiradentes, they don't know who was Dom Pedro II, they don't know who was Pedro Álvares Cabral. If you can ask people, it's a pity. Well, I don't know, but I can tell you that a lot of authors, a lot of movies and even games, they make clones from Agatha Christie's. You can see over the Netflix or the streaming channels a lot of movies, and when you start to see the movie, you can note that it's a clone from an Agatha Christie's story. That's okay, no problem. Good things you can copy, you can be used as an example. But I don't think so. I don't think people enjoy Agatha Christie. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the statistics. But what I can see is that people don't read. I have two kids and they read, but because I read a lot. But people don't read. Like even among people that works in university, Lucas is at Unicamp. He can tell us better than me. And Lucas, I don't know if you know about Estante Virtual. It's
Yeah.
a brechó website, and I I I I make a filter here, English and Agatha Christie. You can buy a book from 11 reais,
Wow.
15. It's very amazing. I buy all my books at Estante Virtual. I buy books that costs, for instance, 400, 500 reais, and I pay 50 or 40 reais. It's amazing. A lot of books we can read here. That's it. We have to read. We have to read, and in English, of course, isn't it, Leon? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I like that you broke this question, not this question, but this observe this this thought. You have shared this thought that people don't read, and we are influenced by example. I remember my dad is mechanical, working on the industry as an operator, but he has the habit to read. And I remember when I was a teenager, like 10 years old, 11 years old, I was reading Harold Robbins books. It was something like, oh, this is hard. Right now, I wouldn't let my son read Harold Robbins and stuff like that, Sidney Sheldon, but this was something good. All my family is impressed that I have read Erico Verissimo's, I forgot the name of the books, but Erico Verissimo most famous books, when I was a kid. And we don't have the habit to read. I do have, but it's hard. Even if I like to read, it's hard to do. It's hard doing it because you are surrounded by people only consuming electronic content and only scrolling down their smartphone screens. So it's hard to stop a little bit and then go to a good environment and to read something. It's hard to see someone else reading here in Brazil. If you go to different countries or to more developed countries, you'll see these more often, but here it's hard. All you can see walking on the street is people listening to music without headphones, funk and stuff like that. But now I am generalizing, right? But we don't have the habit of read at all, and we are not. Oh, I forgot the word to express this, but we don't have incentives to read. I don't know. All the media, all the stuff doesn't reward culture. I don't know. I don't know how to put this
Was
together.
20 or 20 something or even younger, there were a system called Clube do Livro. It was very interesting because it's like a signature. You pay monthly and you receive a book at home, and they send the book they want. It was a very incentive to read. I am reading again now. Now these days, I am reading again Machado de Assis. It's amazing. It's amazing. Of course, it doesn't help me in English, but Machado de Assis is very nice for your vocabulary. This is an important thing. They don't have a repertory. People don't have repertory. And I am very glad that we are having this moment because this is not an easy talk. It's very interesting because we have good matters, and these can improve not only our proficiency in English but also changing our mindset toward culture and education. Thank you very much, Leon.
Yeah, it was awesome to me, and it's hard to express ourselves and to go step a little bit back and talk about something more deep than all the things that we are seeing on our current reality, right? And I recalled it's O Tempo e o Vento, the series of books from Érico Veríssimo, and I've read that books when I was a kid, like 8 to 9 years old. So, and I came from public school, and nobody have read at all that books. I believe I'm the only one that have read all the series of books. It's sad, but it's true, right? Like Metallica song, sad but true. All right, it was awesome to have you tonight. Let me share with you the survey URL, and I apologize for any mistake that I have made. And please leave your thoughts there and your suggestions. And I believe, Marcelo, I will suggest a topic about attention span because I believe all that our lack of reading habit is a lack of attention span because our attention span is really short recently. Like, okay, we have to have immediate reward, so it's hard to spend like 1 hour a day reading a book. We want the result right now. So that's I think it's our problem in general as a society. Okay, so I believe I will take a note about attention span, and I believe it's gonna be a good discussion. All right, let's wrap this up. It was amazing to have you tonight, guys, and I appreciate your participation. Let's see if we can talk next week, same channel, same time. Okay?
Bye
Have a
bye.
good one.